The Shibarium project is one of the most anticipated in the entire cryptocurrency industry and is without a doubt the most anticipated within the Shiba Inu ecosystem. But it seems like Satoshi is a different take on the platform than the rest of us do. Have his thoughts altered at all? Is she planning to bury him? Keep on with the launch. Just keep watching the rest of this video to find out. Although it's probably not what you're thinking. Disclaimer. We'll get right in, Hanks. Satoshi recently commented in a Telegram group chat that the public will not be rejoicing over Shiba Inu's release. During a Q&A session with Shiba Inu investors, he brought this up and effectively informed them that when Shibarium is finally released, nobody will be jumping for joy. Upon hearing this, many people naturally began to question what was going on. Is it possible that Satoshi and the rest of the team have lost interest in bringing forth the much-touted Shiba Inu project? Is it that they no longer see a need for it, or have they just run into snags in the development process? The Shiba Inu community was thrown for a loop by Satoshi's comments. Some paper holders even liquidated their assets as a result. No need to freak out. Though, that wasn't what Toshi meant at all. Not because it won't be a fantastic launch, but because everyone will be too busy working on projects to improve the network. Satoshi said that nobody will celebrate when Shibarium beta gets launched. He's basically promising that the Shibarium beta will immediately become successful after its release. Rather than focusing on partying, users will use the site to make connections, construct new things, and collaborate on existing ones. Satoshi makes a good point if you give it some thought. It's important to note that this doesn't mean there won't be any festivities at all. The next day she was dead and buried, and the beta went live. There will undoubtedly be a lot of rejoicing on social media. After all, everyone in the neighborhood has been anticipating the launch for quite some time. However, the fact that Shibarium has been anticipated for so long is also why many people will be eager to start to work right away. Take note of how her mentor has delicately stated things here. Projects on the network and more on-chain activity are being planned as part of this initiative. It is in Shiba and Price's best interest to invest in a comprehensive Roman 11 Shibarium network with many projects. Although parties don't last forever, the hard effort put in to strengthen the network behind them can. The real party would start when the fruits of their work bore sweetly. Continuing our discussion from yesterday's video, we discussed Satoshi's conflict with the Shiba Inu from the Discord Corp and its implications for the future of the organization. Shiba Kraken, who appears to be a core member of the new Telegram group that Satoshi formed, was apparently not thrilled about it. He came to Twitter to discuss the exodus of key team members. As for Satoshi's response to his comment, it was all covered in the video from yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, you need to. Here, we'd like to discuss a sequel to that initial outrage. To begin with, new information suggests that Shiba Kraken indirectly linked Satoshi to the rise of cybercrime by saying that Satoshi was discussed by name. In addition, he said that Satoshi had extinguished the Shiba Inu breed, with the implication that this devastation represented decentralization. These are some pretty weighty accusations, and it's easy to see why people could lose faith in Satoshi as a result. The majority of Shiba Inu owners, according to a recent survey, are still eager to back the game's main developer, Satoshi Kusama. It is important to note that Satoshi has been receiving criticism as a result of these allegations and actions, because the breeds were meant to be the ones supporting the developers and building the ecosystem. He took the brunt of the criticism for cleaning up the mess. It's baffling to think what could happen in their absence. The fact that the Shibarium project appears to be moving along well, however, appears to have persuaded people to continue funding Satoshi. Shib Queenie, a purportedly terminated member of the Shiba Inu core, reassured her Twitter followers that operations were continuing as normal. This was also a Telegram post from Satoshi. There's a potential weak spot if I only collaborate with one. What happens if the defense starts going on the offensive, or if the designer decides they've made enough money to stop making designs? So that I can prepare for anything, I must consider every possibility. Not everyone will greet this with a smile. However, the launch of Shibuya is of more significance to the Shiba Inu community overall. Consequently, if everything proceeds as expected, it appears that people are eager to keep backing Satoshi. Moving ahead, let's discuss how much Shiba Inu has often cost. Since the new year began, Shiba Inu has excelled. Some funds were lost, but that is to be expected given the historically erratic nature of the cryptocurrency market. Additionally, Shiba Inu has had a lot of gains, plummeted to zero, and generated big profits to many of its holders. According to observers, though, the future of Shiba Inu is murky at best. The token has broken over a resistance level represented by a trend line that has been in place for about 6 months. Nevertheless, Shib has not been able to sustain this breakout for extended periods of time. There was also a point when whales were unloading huge amounts of their tokens. Recent massive purchases of SHIB tokens by whales, however, may be enough to finally give Shiba Inu the footing it has lacked. The recent influx of capital experienced by Shiba Inu is, in reality, unparalleled, especially in light of the fall of the FTC. Now, I don't want to keep harping on the launch of Shibarium, but I can't help but mention that the launch of Shibarium may also give Shiba Inu the push it needs to pump consistently. After all, with Shibarium comes more Shiba Inu investors and more SHIB burns, so the price of Shiba Inu ought to rise. And so, yeah, we may start to see regular pumping really soon. I should emphasize that this is a piece of financial guidance, though whaling talk continues. Overnight, whales appear to buy a lot of SHIB. But before we get into that, this station is giving away 100,000 SHIB every day. Subscribing, liking, and commenting on this video is all that's required. The Shiba Inu dog has the hashtag. We wish you the best of luck. Furthermore, a subscription service is now available on this channel. You can join a closed group and gain exclusive benefits by joining the group's membership. Join me in a conversation about crypto jewels, money, and success of your game within 24 hours. Click the membership button. Some of the biggest whales on the Ethereum network spend $31 million on buying 1 trillion SHIB tokens. SHIB is now the third most held token by the top Ethereum whales after Ethereum and USD, accounting for around 16% of their total holdings. One fascinating aspect of these transactions is their impact on the market value of SHIB, which rose along with the price. The total value of Shiba Inu on the market rose from $578 million to $624 million after these purchases. Considering the previous discussion, it appears that these massive purchases will provide the necessary price support for Shiba Inu. There's just one last thing I need to mention before we call it a day. There appears to be a lot of bickering among the Shiba Inu team members, but it appears like Shibarium will be ready in time for Valentine's Day. At least, that's the opinion of some dog owners. She is a Twitter fan account for Ashbury, and she loves Barium baubles. Look at Satoshi's Twitter bio, you might find something fascinating. What may be gleaned from the lead developer's Twitter bio for his burial? She chose a heart-shaped box and tied it with a ribbon. To your ears, it certainly does sound like a release for Valentine's Day. If not, Satoshi wouldn't have mentioned that the